I, 27F, never thought my life would end up like this. My ex, Ethan, 30ME, and I dated for about 3 years, and we were inseparable for most of it. He was the kind of guy who could charm anyone, especially my family. My parents adored him, and my little sister, Lily, 24F, would always gush about how perfect he was. But towards the end of our relationship, I started to feel like I was the only one not buying into the illusion. We broke up, and while it was amicable, it still left me heartbroken in ways I didn't expect. Things got a little complicated when less than a year later, Lily came to me with news. She and Ethan were dating. At first, I didn't know how to react. I wanted to be supportive, especially since I had no desire to get back with him, but it stung. It really stung. I told myself that if she was happy, then I should just stay out of it. But the reality of the situation began to eat at me when they got more serious. Then came the wedding. That's when things started getting weird. Ethan inserted himself into every family event. He was always there, constantly making jokes about how we used to go on certain trips together or had this inside joke that only we shared. It was as if he wanted to make sure everyone knew he was the one now. And the worst part? My sister, who used to be so vibrant, seemed quieter around him, more distant. She didn't seem as happy as she once was. But I tried to stay out of it. I figured if she was truly happy, it wasn't my place to interfere. Then the cracks started to show. They fought, a lot, and they would drag my parents into their mess. Ethan would make passive-aggressive comments, always hinting that Lily should be doing more to help him with things, like finances or their living situation. My parents, who are always the peacemakers, would try to smooth things over, but I could see how exhausted they were by the constant drama. It all came to a head last month, when we had a family dinner to celebrate my niece's birthday. Ethan got drunk, very drunk, and during his toast, he made a joke about how he had the pleasure of dating me first and how lucky he was to have upgraded by marrying Lily. The tension in the room was palpable. My sister was mortified, and my parents just sat there silent. I've tried talking to Lily about it, but every time I bring it up, she accuses me of trying to tear her marriage apart out of jealousy. I know it's not true. I don't want Ethan back. I just want to see her happy again. I'm torn. Part of me wants to let it all implode on its own, let her figure it out. But at the same time, I can't ignore how miserable she looks and how much I miss the vibrant person she used to be. My parents are caught in the middle, not wanting to pick sides, but I can see the strain this is putting on them, too. But then last week, I overheard a conversation that changed everything. Lily and Ethan were arguing again, this time about the house they were looking to buy. But this argument was different. I heard Ethan admit something to Lily that I never expected. He was only with her because he felt entitled to her. He said he always saw her as a consolation prize after our breakup. He admitted he wasn't in love with her. He was just afraid of losing the perfect family image he had built. His words shook me. Now I'm faced with a new dilemma. Lily had no idea. She thought they were a perfect match. The person she trusted most had been using her to keep up appearances. And worse, he was doing it at the cost of her happiness. I've thought about how to break it to her. If I tell her, will she ever forgive me for not doing it sooner? Will this tear the family apart? Or will she be relieved to finally know the truth? I'm not sure I have the answers anymore. But one thing's clear. I can't let her stay in the dark about this any longer. Has anyone else been through something like this? How do I handle this without losing my sister for good?